What's up, guys? So, what I want to really get into here is start off with a bit of myself before we get into it. But as I've been cutting, right, I've noticed there's a lot more mental blocks than I thought there was going to be, right? Times where, like, cravings, I've never had cravings this bad in my life, and um, burning fat is always, I've never really been as lean as I have been before, right? It's kind of hard to tell with my physique right now. You can't really see much from the shoulders, but I think I'm sitting around about 12 to 13%, and it's definitely not easy, but I'm getting from point A to point B, right? Luckily, I can push myself hard enough to where I can sustain that, and I'm not, like, dying, right? Like, if I need to, I'll cut back on my calories, and I'll be, okay, let's put in a few more calories to make sure I'm not dying here. But, I think a lot of people are probably facing that challenge of they don't know if they can keep sustaining where they're at. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit here. If you guys are kind of in the moment, or you even just want to get started and you want to be aware of the challenges before you get into it, which is, it's good to be prepared. So when it comes to fat loss and losing fat, I think most of you guys probably know this. If not, here's a quick runner-up for you. So you have a certain amount of calories to eat, which is called your maintenance calories. And when you want to lose fat, you go in a calorie deficit, which is basically subtracting a certain amount of calories, right? For me right now, I'm on about a 600 calorie deficit. So my maintenance is about 28 to 3,000 calories. And I usually try to eat most 2,400 calories a day, right? And as you kind of are tracking and you're getting better at figuring out where you should be at, it gets harder as it goes, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't stay easy. Like, for the first week, you're motivated, and then it starts to taper off where you're just like, okay, I'm stopping. And if you guys are at the point where you cannot handle it, don't go back to eating and don't be like, okay, it's time to bulk up again. Have a day where you eat your maintenance calories and then go back to cutting, right? So like a little bit of a refeed. And it kind of sparks your metabolism up again, and you can actually lose a bit more fat. So it helps to do that on like maybe once a week. Don't get too crazy with it. Don't go over your maintenance by 5,000 calories. Or then you're going to be stuck where you were 2 weeks ago, and now you lost 2 weeks of progress because you decided it's okay to go and eat a bunch of junk food again. Just telling you guys, that's not the way. Don't do that. Not the smartest thing to do. But if you're suffering like that, yeah, just either, if you really can't sustain it, and it's even harder than that, like you want to eat more every day, then your calorie deficit should be a little less intense. So instead of, for me, going on about a 600 calorie deficit, go about 400. See how that feels. Feels a little too hard, go to 300, right? One thing, slow and steady wins the race. It's just like the tortoise and the hare, that whole story. You're gonna do better if you stay more consistent, and you don't have to be perfect with it. You don't have to be like Sam Sulek and go down to where you're eating like 1,800 calories a day, or get to where you're Ronnie Coleman level where it's like you're at 0.33% body fat. That's just inhuman. I don't know how you get to that level, but just chill out. Take it slow. Take it slow, right? Especially if you're new to it. If it's your first cut, don't go insane with it, because then that's just going to leave you a disdain. You're going to hate cutting, and you're not going to even get close to seeing the results because you thought you could push yourself harder than you could, right? And, I've had clients where it's like I start them off a bit too hard, which can be my fault sometimes. It's really kind of hard to figure out someone's goal truly. But once I figure it out, you can really get on a good path. So, like, I've pushed clients too hard, and then instead of talking to me about it, they decide to just hide it and pretend that I can't tell from their weight not going down. And then eventually I get a confession, because it's pretty obvious if you're not staying at your calorie maintenance or you're not below your calorie maintenance, like you can track that stuff pretty easily. You just got to track scale weight in the morning and all that stuff. So, I mean, if you guys are looking for help or specific advice, don't be afraid. I mean, book a call with me down the description below. I'd love to talk to you guys. Or you guys could send me a DM on Instagram. I could talk to you guys through there too. Whatever works. But fitness, I mean, this is one of my hardest cuts because I bulked up a bit too far, and now I'm trying to get down, and it's tiring. You get drained of energy, and you feel a lot more tired, especially if you take it, really hard, like I kind of did. But I mean that's pretty much it for the video. I mean, if you guys are struggling, just don't be afraid to chill out, right? Because if you push on the gas and you do a full sprint, right, you could be sprinting in the wrong direction. I mean, that's why make sure you're slow. You make sure you figure out where you're going. You're not just sprinting in a straight line and expecting that to take you to where you want to go. You might end up coming back or falling over or tripping, something like that. Hopefully that was a good analogy for you guys, maybe. But you guys keep grinding, stay hard, keep practicing. I believe in all of you guys. Keep losing fat. If you guys are on this journey, we're on it together, brother. Both trying to lose fat. So if you're starting off bulked up or you're starting off just fat, we all start somewhere, brother. Peace.